All right, what's up, everybody? Afflicted Gamer here, and welcome back to Vigor. So, I'm here in the tutorial area for a reason. I figure that being 2025, it has been 5 years since I made my last beginner's guide. Over the course of those past 5 years, a lot has changed in Vigor. And if you're a new player coming into the game or a returning player, you may notice some things have, been shuffled around a bit, and you'll notice some things that are here that were never here before. So my goal is to keep this as clear, concise, and compact as possible so that this is not a 30-minute video like I did with PC. I There's so much to unpack and it's very hard to do in a limited amount of time. So this is your tutorial area. You won't look like this, but this is where you're going to go ahead and pick your character, whether it's male or female. You can change it later on down the road. There are different, it's just a basic character at the start, okay? You can change how they look down the line via cosmetics, etc. So don't think that that's, how you're gonna look forever, because you're not. Now, I'm stopping here at the tutorial, and I highly recommend that you do not skip the tutorial. There is a lot that is going to be said over the radio via a woman named Ada, who is going to guide you through the revamped tutorial, which is actually, honestly, it's quite enjoyable. I loved it when it came out and we got to check it out. You will get into some combat, therefore you'll get a tiny bit of how Vigor feels. Yes, it's NPCs, but still. Sadly, you don't get to keep the loot, but you will get your first airdrop to open back at the shelter. Now, when back at the shelter, and we'll cut to that right now. Congratulations! You have completed the tutorial and you are now at your brand new house. Except you're wondering, hey, mine doesn't look like that. Mine's all beat up. Well, that's part of the main part of the game here. It's not to decorate your house and make it look pretty, it's to fully upgrade it, make it fully functional. You will have if you got your bunker down here where all of your weapons are, here you can actually play, yeah, you can play the guitar if you want to. Here's where you can listen to audio cassettes, which you will find in the Outlands. This is a display of all of your weapons, the skins that you have on them at the moment. As you can see, there are a ton. But the Thompson is going to be the one that you're going to focus on the most. But before I get ahead of myself, a lot of people I saw fumble over this and they're wondering how to open up their first crate. They skipping everything. Don't do that. The tooltips and prompts are here for your benefit. They explain things, so take the time to read them. Upon reading all of them and hitting the accept button after you've read one, don't just try to skip to the next one. Accept it once you're done reading it. It will literally take you to where your crates are. Hitting up on the D-pad, here's the battle pass. You'll have daily challenges. When you get here, you'll hear Ada's voice yet again, and you'll have some storyline challenges that will award you with some weapons, crates, and a few crowns. Crowns is the real world currency that you could purchase if you so choose to for certain cosmetics. And here's crates. So this is where you'll find your crate. I know. I have a lot of been stocking up for a rainy day. Once you've opened that, then you can go ahead and I'm a dummy right here. And where you see 13 out of 13 in green, that's the first thing that you're going to want to level up. It's actually the one thing that you're going to want to focus on the most. Second will be this wooden log at first. That's what it will appear as because that will generate resources for you. After that, you've got your water distillation. So this will reduce your crafting time, which trust me, you really want to upgrade this. And then lastly, for the moment, is your antenna because this will generate crowns for you. I'm at the point where I can get up to 8.4 crowns a day, almost 8.5 crowns every single day, as long as I come to the back here and collect them. So that's the thing. When it comes to all of these materials and everything here at your base, you do need to log in to collect them or they will stop generating. So if you miss a day, you miss a day, life happens, but do your best to try to log in, even if it's just to snatch up things that are here. I'm only going to point this out really quickly so that people don't ask. But for newcomers, for now, ignore this. If it was the way that it used to be, I would take the time to explain it, but you won't have enough resources to get to it. Okay, essentially the change is for the players that have been here for a long time. They have a plentiful of all of the different types of resources in the game. They can donate them. And as long as you make sure that you hit 20,000, 35,000, not one under, then you'll get the different types of crates there. And they have something to do with all of the materials that they have been sitting on for ages because they've been here since 2018 when the game was in Xbox Game Pass game preview. There's music, so you will come across records, cassettes, trolls. Those are just little mementos that are out in the Outlands. Go ahead and pick them up. Speaking of the Outlands, that's where we need to go next. But first, I recommend that you come up with a game plan. What is your goal? Do you want to try and fight people right off the get-go? Or, in my opinion, try to do the smarter thing. Be sneaky, be stealthy, and try to get yourself some resources so that you can get ahead of the game and build up that workbench. That way you can craft higher tier weapons, grenades, bandages, and whatnot. You can buy those plans if you want to, but when it comes to the pay to win argument, it makes no sense. I could buy, if I was a brand new player, an ADR, but if my crafting bench level isn't 10 or 12, that plan is just going to sit there. So get used to the Thompson. And if you like assault rifles, I recommend the VZ58. It shoots fast. Just try to control the recoil. And I believe it only takes level 1 or 2 of your crafting bench level in terms of consumables, disinfectant, and bandages. Just focus on those for now. The rest of it, do your best to loot. Now, let's take a look at what you need to see in the Outlands. Okay, here's your in-game lobby. You can get more loot, a better airdrop, or like me, I'm gonna get some insurance because I'm probably gonna die while I'm explaining stuff to you guys. Holding down triangle or Y on Xbox. I'm not sure what the key is on PC. Readies up your character. If you press L3, you can actually see what the other players are using in terms of weapons. Bugle, huge threat. Some of the things that I'm going to be showing you and talking to you about are kind of more into the advanced part of this. But you gotta do what you gotta do. So here's the map. You're going to have a bunch of empty little boxes as such. And I'm gonna find a place to hide. Alright, here's all my consumables. Okay. Now, I'm gonna pull up the map. Disruptive Tower will disrupt this portion of the map for a time being. We have the locked container, which you have to undo 3 locks on. If you shoot them, a barrage will happen. This is the timed safe. There are 2 switches near the safe. You have to hit the 2 of them within the same time frame. And also find the safe. If you hear that you've gotten the 2 safes within 30 seconds, you'll hear the green light go off and you're good to go. Comm stations. These allow you to move the airdrop and change whether it's heavy, add radiation to it. You can do a lot of things with that. The green area is the general airdrop area, for now at least. The comm station temporarily shows you where everybody else's position on the map is. Not exactly. And a comm station has been activated. Okay. So there's usually 3 comm stations in Disruptive Tower. You got your lock container here, and the only thing I don't see is Bard House, which you have to actually rip the wood off of the house itself and then get in. Just spin the wheel on the safe and eventually it will pop open, and in that is a cassette will be in there amongst a bunch of other good loot. It is very quiet for some reason. I can hear myself over my headset. I don't like that because it makes it harder to hear if somebody's gonna run up on me or not. So this is what it's like when you're here in game. So you could choose to go ahead and look through the different houses and explore. Just always be on the move. So there's the switch for the time safe. Heard some gunshots go off. Now everything is on the opposite side of the map and I have an exit right here. Sorry, I thought I heard somebody. So we'll head this way, but there you have it. There's your beginner guide to Vigor, which was a longer video than planned, but there's so much to condense and there's still so much more to do and learn. Other consumables, by the way, if you loot any vehicles, you will set off a car alarm that will let people know where you are. If you see a green running man on the map, like I said, I don't expect you to remember this all in one day. That means somebody found a red crate, and a red crate is the equivalent of well, it actually is an airdrop itself. So, yeah, all right. Let's go. Can I get my Earth Troll? Yeah, the game sound for me is really quiet, which I'm not thrilled with. And your exits are these signs here. Now, some of them will have requirements beside them where they could be gasoline or wire. There will always be a free exit, and if you stay too long in the game, that's going to be the most dangerous one. So I know I didn't do anything in there, but that wasn't the plan. The plan was to show you what all of the different items are in the encounter, why they're there, and what they can do. So, if another part is needed, I will make it, but I hope that you learned something. I hope that you will kindly drop a like on the video and consider subscribing as well for plenty more Vigor content. I'm going to try to scoot in for an actual encounter once I figure out why I can't hear. But yeah, other than that, I hope you learned something or quite a lot of some things, and have a wonderful day out there in the Outlands. And if you're new to the game, welcome to them. So, alright guys, take care, and I'll see you in the next video.